At the Back 40 farm at Sonora in Hardin County, owner Bob Wade Jr. is powering up his irrigation system to draw water from the Valley Creek River to irrigate his corn crop. He put the irrigation system in the fall of 2011, before the drought year that followed in 2012. He says it was an expensive proposition, but it paid off in that dry as dust year in 2012.
These pivots here, they were between $1,200 and $1,300 an acre. So that it's a pretty substantial investment. But if you look at the summer that we had in 2012, it paid for a big part of that pivot that year.
Wade says irrigating takes some of the risk out in crop production when there is very little rain. Chad Lee, University of Kentucky Extension agronomist for grain crops, is working with Wade this year, researching irrigation in high corn populations and nitrogen rates. The ultimate goal is to find the most efficient and cost-effective way for the state's farmers to achieve better yields and hopefully produce an ear of corn that looks like this.
What we're seeing is the corn hold up fairly well at these really high populations, and right now if we look at the ears and things of that nature, it looks promising. And so we're hopeful that we're going to have good yields at the end.
The high population comes from the seeding rates, which is about 60,000 per acre, with the rows spaced 15 inches apart. The population is twice the normal rate, and the row widths are half the normal width. David Brandon scouts Wade's cornfields, and with the irrigation, he likes what he's seeing.
Well, irrigation is just phenomenal because you see such tremendous responses. A lot of times when Bob's making decisions about his crops, it's whether to apply a fungicide or whether to apply an extra 20 units of nitrogen. And you hope to see a response, and you hope the response is greater than the cost. But with irrigation, especially in a year like this or 2012, the responses are phenomenal.
Irrigation in Kentucky has doubled in the past 5 years, but still remains under 10% of the state's total acreage. About a fourth of Wade's corn and soybeans is irrigated, and when he is in a field that is not getting the precious H2O, it's easy to see the difference.
If we look forward 10, 15, 20 years down the road, and we look at how we're going to continue to feed the world and how we're going to increase productivity on the acres that we currently have, irrigation is going to become more and more important.
Irrigation isn't necessarily the answer for every Kentucky farmer because they may not be near a water source like Bob Wade Jr. or have the resources to put in an irrigation system. From the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, Food and Environment, I'm Jeff Franklin reporting.
26 hours to make it a full revolution.